Hello there, beautiful people. Got some bad news happening stateside. You guys have seen the news, not much to talk about. More senseless violence mowing down innocent lives in this beautiful nation. While the nation grieves, scavengers are flying around to ravage the dead, as they usually do after these incidents. I'm talking about the sensationalist politicians and the lying media. I'm just disgusted at these people, and I genuinely can't help fear the potential danger facing my treasured Constitution. It is one of those times, though, when I have to say I am just as disgusted with people on the left as I am with the right. Let's start with the left. These authoritarian commies. Man. Now, you guys know I don't make references to names, pictures, Twitter handles, or anything that identifies mass shooters. I think seeking fame is part of the reason why they do whatever it is they do. Of course, it is not a comprehensive breakdown of a mass shooter's personality, but I think it's a part of it. Now, we have seen examples of left-wing extremism and right-wing extremism, keeping aside the terrorist group Antifa, leaving them out of the equation. One of the mass shooters, who have shown himself to be a fan of Elizabeth Warren, followed and interacted routinely with left-wing activists. Now, I don't hold all these leftist loonies responsible for the psychotic killer, but there's no consistency from these Marxist cowards. They are blaming Donald Trump while deleting their interactions with the violent murderer on Twitter. Paul Joseph Watson did an awesome compilation in one of his videos. You guys do check it out. If you guys are following Andy No on Twitter, which you should, he also documents a lot of these interactions. But that's my typical grief with the left. The Marxist techniques of Saul Alinsky ripping our nation through. The right, though, man, the right. You guys really let me down. For us on the right, we don't need the Communist Manifesto. We don't need rules for radicals. We have the greatest playbook on the planet, and it is called the U.S. Constitution. Our founding fathers showed us the way. We just need to defend the Constitution against a tyrannical government, against a passion-driven mob and liberal elites, although I might be repeating myself there, and we would be fine. We put you guys, and when I say you guys, I mean the people on the right, to defend us from the leftist playbook. But every now and then, you guys turn to the leftist playbook. I don't know if you guys watched the last speech from Donald Trump, his reaction to the shootings. For me, as a Trump supporter, it was like being punched in the gut repeatedly. Several things, man. He said the DOJ will be working with social media companies to spot potential mass shooters. How is this going to work? Social media already hates us. And the one thing they hate more than us right-wingers is our love for the Second Amendment. Is no one seeing the massive potential for abuse this has? I'm not one of those people who thinks President Trump would be president forever. Giving social media an input in labeling people as mass shooters is a bad idea under Trump, but a terrifying idea under President Warren or President Harris or President Biden or President Sanders. These guys are going out banning channels on YouTube that teach you how to assemble and clean guns, how to use them safely. These guys are not gonna let us go if you give them more power. They're gonna massacre us. I mean that figuratively, okay? And why are conservatives blaming video games for shootings? Man, this is the same tired, debunked bullshit argument we have seen so many times in the past. Why are we acting like leftists? They say ban guns, so we have to counter by saying ban something else? Damn, we can't beat stupid with more stupid. Now, thankfully, a lot of conservatives are coming out criticizing this moron that wanted to draw some sort of a link between these shootings and video games. You, sir, are all kinds of stupid. Now, I hate politicians who wants to prescribe policy based on ambiguous wording. So there's a lot of talk about taking guns away from people with mental illness, and this is coming from my political allies. Sounds good, right? Well, only if you define mental illness and you're very, very specific about it. Mental illness or disorder is a spectrum. Among other things, it can mean things like depression. So my rights will be violated if I am diagnosed with clinical depression? And if my rights to self-preservation is violated, what about my other rights? Will I still have my right to free speech if I'm suffering from depression? I do not like this. I really, really do not like this. We on the right have always understood the importance of not jumping into rash policy immediately after tragic incidents. Being high on emotion is not good for policy, and I cannot believe I have to remind the people on the right about these basic fundamentals. People, conservatives, liberals, Americans, let's not make policy based on emotion. A government infringement on individual right is forever. It is undoable, and no matter who you elect in the future or who is the president now, cannot bring back rights once the government has taken them away.